NASCAR has always had exciting events for its fans, and this time around, it's the NASCAR Chicago 2024 Street Race. Now listen, this street race in 2024 is an overwhelming success. But how did the NASCAR Cup Series street race come to achieve such success? And who were the history makers in 2024 of such an amazing yearly event? Let's get into it. But before we do, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The excitement of the event started even before the Sunday race began because performances from country superstar Keith Urban took the stage, and we can't emphasize how electrifying they were. I mean, everyone who attended became super energized for the main event, and even before Keith Urban's performance, country singer Alaina also charmed the audience with her soulful voice, and this just added to the excitement. However, Sunday, which was the day of the main event, didn't carry all the fun. On Saturday, lots of fans were treated to numerous performances from blues legend Buddy Guy, the dynamic duo the Chainsmokers, and the Black Keys rock icons. Indeed, each part of the 2024 event has become an unforgettable one, and everyone who attended this year enjoyed every moment. No one left without a rhythm in their step. Now, let's move on to the main event and the part everyone has been waiting for. You see, starting from the first day of the event, every single performance and moment contributed heavily to the big event on Sunday afternoon. On that day, the NASCAR Cup Series Street Race started at 3:30 p.m. and drivers were more than excited to showcase their skills. They were able to race through 75 laps with a twist of turns and fast straightaways, and the delivery on the track was a true test of insane strategy. Now, the big moment. Among all the drivers, all eyes were on Shane Van Gisbergen and Kyle Larson. And why did that happen? It's pretty simple. Van Gisbergen started with a fresh victory in the Saturday race, which was the Xfinity Series, and he wasn't willing to let go of his winning streak. With his performance going beyond expectations, it shows how much Van Gisbergen can demonstrate his mastery of the street courses. Meanwhile, just as said earlier, Kyle Larson drew lots of attention too, because he took the pole position in a nail-biting qualifying round. And he is determined to make the start of his 350th career Cup Series one he will always remember. Additionally, the races weren't the only thing etching history at this event because there were so many new things making headlines, and an example is that this year, NASCAR introduced several new sustainability initiatives at the Chicago Street Race. Riley Nelson, who is NASCAR's head of sustainability, provided lots of insights on how NASCAR planned to limit its environmental impact, and these initiatives included various plans NASCAR had for its emission-reducing strategies. Also, with comprehensive environmental education programs, NASCAR has decided to go green, which has now marked a significant step towards a better and more sustainable future for motorsports. This year's event has gotten much talk, and the race day action extended beyond the track because Kenyatta Cap Houston, who was a part of 2023's race-winning team and also a pit crew member, explained the high-pressure world of pit stops. Now, you should hear this. Houston's expertise was one of the major reasons why Shane Van Gisbergen was able to secure a victory last year, and his same expertise has always played a crucial role in his team. He mentioned that it takes a high level of precision and teamwork to change tires and refuel cars in mere seconds. No mistake can be made, and every second counts. It's important to know that this is what often makes the difference between victory and defeat. The excitement doesn't end there. The Chicago Street Race was indeed a unique spectacle, and adding to that, resident Kurland, who was born in Chicago and raised in Glenview, also expressed his excitement, because he was also happy seeing that NASCAR took over the streets of his hometown. Now, let's dive deeper into the Saturday action, which served as a precursor to the main event. The Saturday race featured a 50-lap race in the Loop 110 NASCAR Xfinity Series, and once again, Shane Gisbergen showcased his insane skills by securing his third Xfinity Series victory of the season. That jaw-dropping! Fans were able to witness drivers perform various tricks, which was an extra layer of excitement to the day, and fans from across the country, not only that, fans from Canada all were together to witness the action-packed event. Sylvain Simard, a Canadian fan, shared his enthusiasm, and he was excited to say that the cars are just awesome, and the city of Chicago is wonderful. After the week's event, the Sunday anticipation reached its peak as everyone was ready for the Cup Series battle, Entry gates in NASCAR Village at Butler Field were opened very early to get fans welcome to a day that will be filled with tons of entertainment. Keith Urban's performance, which happened at 1 p.m., brought together massive crowds, which then set the stage for the 3 p.m. start of the NASCAR Cup Series. Drivers were lined up and engines were revving up as they were ready to take on the 75-lap challenging course. Shane Van Gisbergen, who has now become the crowd's favorite, was ready to repeat the success he had in the previous year, and Kyle Larson, on the other hand, was more than prepared to take advantage of his pole position to get his 4th win of the season. Every driver was prepared, and the stakes were high. As the green flag was waved, the cars began moving at incredible speeds, reaching up to 100 miles per hour, and the race required 100% focus from the drivers, as any little mistake could have disastrous consequences. Throughout the race, Shane Van Gisbergen and Kyle Larson never disappointed as they fiercely showcased their driving skills and determination. The fans were on their feet, and they also received a fair share of drama as several crashes shook up the standings. More to this, the 12-turn course tested the limits of every driver in the race, but as always, experience and strategy are what these drivers use to navigate through every difficult course. Moving on, there is something really interesting that also got fans' reactions, and it's that NASCAR unveiled its first ever electric race car in history. And for this to happen in 2024, it shows how much NASCAR has put into this year's activities and events. You see, the prototype of this electric car was driven by semi-retired NASCAR driver David Reagan, and just as said earlier, this is proof that NASCAR is taking the Go Green mantra seriously. The release of this news is a significant shift towards greener racing. So, what's so special about the electric car? There are lots of them, and they include faster and quieter acceleration because electric cars are quiet, and these specs offer a glimpse into the future of NASCAR. But keep in mind that the car hasn't been released to the track for racing, unlike its gas-powered counterparts. But the fact that NASCAR has an electric car ready shows the sustainability journey is no joke. Furthermore, in the playoff standings, the stakes were high. Martin Truex Jr., Ty Gibbs, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, and Alex Bowman were fighting to secure their spots in the playoffs, and every single lap was crucial to these drivers, and these pressures during the performance are what fans love to see. Now, it's sad to say that Truex was already planning to retire from full-time racing at the end of the season, and he also expressed the immense pressure he felt during the game. For the fans of NASCAR, the Chicago Street Race was all that was needed because the event was more than a series of races, it was an immersive experience. Behold from the NASCAR Village at Butler Field, which offered a taste of Chicago with over 20 vendors showcasing local flavors, and all of the effort put in by the Chicago Loop Alliance to expand the NASCAR Village was successful. I mean, the event was accessible and engaging for all attendees, and this also highlighted the strong community aspect of the event because the blend of music and local culture created a vibrant atmosphere which left lasting memories for everyone involved. As the race came to an end, the tension among the drivers was very noticeable because Shane Van Gisbergen was determined to defend his title, and Kyle Larson also wanted to secure his 4th win. Every competitor in the race was pushed to their limits, and the narrow and bumpy course kept on challenging them. But you know what? These drivers have incredible resilience, and these interesting commitments are what will always make history in racing, and at the end of the day, it will always be an unforgettable moment. Finally, there's one key takeaway. The NASCAR Chicago 2024 event did not only showcase the incredible talent of its drivers, but also NASCAR's commitment to sustainability and innovation. History was made as we look back at the historic weekend, and we also should celebrate the drivers and the city of Chicago for making it an event to remember. If you enjoyed this amazing video, then smash that like button, share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any NASCAR updates. Until then, bye-bye for now.